And we're back. This stream is not sponsored by ExpressVPN. Program that fucking destroys my streams every single time. You know how ads will always say, like, you know, oh yeah, get ExpressVPN because it, what does it say? It's like, it prevents your internet service providers from blocking the amount of internet you can get so that you can stream more efficiently. Like, it's actually marketed towards streamers as a viable product. Literally a fucking lie. Literally a fucking lie. Every now and then, I'll give it a try and I'll be like, I don't know, maybe something else happened here. But when I turn on ExpressVPN and I stream, the stream dies. It's ridiculous. So wacky. I don't know how much of the end of my story got cut off there, but yeah, basically I was working like a factory job for a while, tried to get into graphic design, and the boss basically made it clear that wasn't going to happen. And then like 3 months later, I and many other employees were let go because of like budget cuts due to COVID. But that was okay because after I got out of that job, I immediately started applying for artistic jobs, and about maybe a month or so later, I got a job making this comic, and it's almost done. It's crazy and awesome, and really happy that I did that. It's like, when you think about losing your job, especially during like COVID times, it's just crazy and like awful, and it puts you in like a really stressful situation. What was funny enough is I absolutely remember feeling weirdly happy. I had a coworker who was in like the higher chain of command at the job, and he looked so upset that he had to let me go. Like he called me out outside of the building so that we could like chat, and I already sort of knew like, oh god, I'm gonna get let go, aren't I? And he looked so friggin' sad, and I appreciate that. It was kind of him to just care like so much, but it was all for naught. I was like happy. I had like a smile on my face, and I told them like, you know, yeah, you know, it's fine. I have like money on reserve. I will find another job. You guys have like, you know, good luck with whatever the hell you guys are doing. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here and do my own thing. Yeah, because I did not like working that job. I mean, it was a factory job. Nobody does. Factory jobs are rough. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Hi. Hey, Skyler. We're coming up, dude. We're fucking coming up on Chicago. I don't know if I should, like, film anything there or whatever, but I might on my phone. I'm not bringing my $500 camera that I never use, just so I can lose it in Chicago. What am I drawing? I'm drawing a comic. That's what I was just talking about. This is a comic called Moving in Place, and these are like the last couple pages of the comic. I was watching C-Dog VA talk about how he's been streaming a lot more, and it just got me inspired to stream some more, but more specifically, like, I want to stream for at least 1 hour for like a week and see how I feel. Because I've been in like a kind of a weird spiral where out of here, where like I want to make more shit for YouTube, but I do so much, and all that work I put in, no one can really see because it's all going towards stuff that still isn't released, like, you know, this comic or like an audiobook that won't be done for like a fucking year. You know, so it's the type of stuff that isn't really conducive to showing YouTube videos, but I don't know. I was like just listening to a vlogger talk about their life being a vlogger, and I was like, I don't know, I could be a little more creative with this. I could be more pragmatic. Why not just, if I can't stream for like fucking 5 hours or however long I like to stream, why don't I just do like one, and I do one every day? Because I'm already doing like the work, right? Yeah. I'm already like putting in all this work, and I'm also like playing video games on the side. It's not like I have zero time at all. It's just I'm not streaming any of it. And it's not like I'm saying it's totally healthy to want to turn your life into content. Surely not. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't care. I don't mind. I'm sure it wouldn't be remarkably healthy for other people to do it, but I don't know, that kind of stuff is within my interest because I've been doing that for a while now. So yeah, I wanted to stream 1 hour every day and just see how I feel about it. So far, I like it. Especially since I got stuff to show. Like, I am a good artist, so I can do an art stream that does interest people. I will say I can't stream everything I work on. I did a audiobook reading, and that was the most unpopular stream I've ever done, so I probably won't be doing another one of those. Which is like, I get it, because I'm not even really talking to chat. I'm like reading from an audiobook, and I'm doing multiple takes, and it's, yeah, I get it. Not the most interesting thing. Oh, Nami, you... as soon as you subbed, it broke. Shit. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, thank you for subbing. A fortuitous time to do so, because I am planning on doing, like, one stream every day. And if I like that, and, you know, I get into, like, a nice little mojo, I could just keep on doing it. Yeah, now that this comic is wrapping up, I'm becoming more conscientious of like this channel. There were more people supporting me on Patreon as of late, and so I've been feeling more and more obligated to, you know, post stuff on there, post previews on there of the work I've been doing so far, because, you know, they're forking over money to me. I need to, you know, make it actually feel like it's worth something. But anyways, I digress. What the hell have I been doing lately? Oh, I said that I have been playing games. I've been playing Tunic. That game rocks. That game fucking rocks. I watched a review by my bestest buddy, BZ, who I haven't seen in a long while. And he did a whole video on how Tunic is great. And I already heard from lots of people that Tunic was great. I believe even Peanut Butter Gamer put it as like is one of his top games of the year or something like that. I notice a lot of old gamers, much like myself, old and dead gamers that are like riddled with arthritis and will be dead like, you know, just 1 year from now. But for this remaining year, we all really love Tunic. All of us boomer gamers from the 2000s love Tunic. Yeah, because it's like Zelda, but more modern, I guess. It's like a modern, classic original Zelda. Like, classic OG Zelda. You do me a favor, shoot me a text to my phone. All my contacts got deleted. Oh, fuck. Yeah, okay. I have Skylar, and then Skylar's cat. I'll send you a picture. Here you go. Yeah. The audiobook thing is, it is what it is. I mean, maybe I can stream some, like, editing. Sometimes that's funny. Ooh, oh yeah. Yeah, that Epic Game Store with their free games. I mean, that is a cool business model. It's the type of thing that I feel you could only do if you're already making a lot of money, which doesn't Epic Games own Fortnite? Or am I getting that wrong? Because if they own Fortnite, I think that's how they can afford to hand out free games. Also, yeah, KO the Kangaroo is pretty good. I will say, the way I look at KO the Kangaroo is, like, it's as good as, like, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger nowadays. Oh my god, I gotta do the level of work. Okay. I will do it later, thank you. Hey there! Yorube Con B. Did I say that right? I feel like I got that perfectly right on my first try. Yorube Con B. Yeah, it's been a while since you've seen it, since you've seen a live stream. Well, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to do more of these. I'm trying to do daily ones for at least an hour each day and just kind of see how I feel about it. Fortnite, Rocket League, Fall Guys. Oh my fucking god. Yeah, I have a what's the term for it? A kind of chip on my shoulder about Fall Guys, because it gave me so much goddamn trouble getting my Steam controller to work with Fall Guys. And I know that's such a nerdy thing to complain about. Oh my god, I can't play Fall Guys. It doesn't work with my Steam controller. But also, like, fuck off. Like, why aren't you accessible? Why don't you just fucking work, you asshole? The thing is, though, you know, the bright side to all of this is that I did eventually get it to work, and I did play with my friends, and the game's like, okay, I suppose. I think if I was a child and I was a different child from the one I used to be, I'd probably like it. I was not the type of child that really liked popular things. I was a little hipster asshole child that'd be like, ew, I don't want to pay money for I don't want to ask my parents to pay money for World of Warcraft. I want to play RuneScape. It's better. Oh, I got it right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's funny that I would be like, oh, World of Warcraft is, like, too expensive. I want to do RuneScape. But then I would also beg my parents to pay for RuneScape. It probably was less money, though. I believe back then it was like... I could be wrong because this sounds insane. I swear to God, it was like $5 a month. Something like that. Which is wild nowadays. And my dad was really, like, nervous about it. He was worried, like, oh, is this like a scam or something? $5 a month. Nowadays, I'm just like, oh my God. I wish more stuff was $5 a month. Funny enough, Shonen Jump, the manga app, is like $1 a month. And you get all of One Piece. Fucking awesome. This stream is sponsored by Shonen Jump because that rocks. No, it's not. What do you say? Oh yeah, the last one you saw was Klonoa. I'm sorry, that's the last memory you have of me. So, like, fucking pissing and drooling over a game that is great. I love. It's a great game, and I see why everyone loves it so much. You know what? At least people that dislike Rayman, I understand why. They can be like, hey, it looks kind of boring. And I'm like, yeah, okay. I kind of get that. I dislike Klonoa because it's fucking annoying. It's so hard. If you're a fan of Klonoa, if I was a fan of Klonoa and someone said, I hate this game because it's bullshit and hard, I would be so upset. I'd be so crestfallen, like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Ugh. My first memory is Rayman 2. I'll never let you forget. Yeah. I know. Listen, a lot of people's first memory is that. And you know what? That's good, because that video was good. Sort of. I bought Thai 2 like a week ago. I really like it, even if it was probably not that good. Yeah, no, it's like... the Thai games are... They kind of fall in like a hierarchy. This music's too loud. Yeah, the Thai games, I feel like they fall under like a certain hierarchy of 3D platformers. Where like, oh, Mario 64 is like really high up there because it's great and it has like a great use of momentum and wonderful level design and the music's great and this and that. The graphics are dated, sure, but I feel like a lot of people look past that and don't care. And then there's stuff like I don't want to name another Mario game. Oh, and then there's like Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. Great games. They have a great use of like game mechanics. Again, level design, unique sense of humor, good characters, all that stuff. So you'd put those at like higher tiers. Then there's stuff like that one where you play, what is it, Voodoo Vince or something like that? Where it's like, yeah, okay, it's fine, but it's not as good as like Mario 64 or Banjo-Kazooie. And that's where I see Thai going as well. It goes in the same places like Voodoo Vince and Tak and the Power of Juju. Games that are not bad. I'm not saying they're bad, but they're not nearly as good. I would not put them in like the level of a classic, like a must play, like, oh, you gotta play this just to like understand why people love it kind of thing. And that's where I'd also put KO the Kangaroo. I think it's very admirable that they put so much effort into bringing this mascot back into the limelight. And quite honestly, I guess he is a 3D platformer with really good combat, because I like the weighty punchiness he's got when he's doing like moment-to-moment combat that not a lot of platformers really even bothered to do, because combat seemingly doesn't matter very much in a platform game, but I don't know, kind of matters to KO the Kangaroo, so okay, good. He's got a little semblance of identity there. That was the same thing with Thai, is that... Oh, no sweat. You do you. Thai has had as much of an identity crisis as like fucking Sonic has, right? Like the first game, Thai was just like Tak and the Power of Juju or KO the Kangaroo, just like running around getting fire eggs? Was that what it was called? Fire eggs? Thunder eggs. Thunder eggs, yeah. Going around getting thunder eggs. Really like basic 3D collectathon platformer affair. And then the second game was you like fucking running around in mechs, and it felt like Jack and Daxter all of a sudden. But, people love that. One of my good childhood friends, whom I still like hang out with and talk with, loves Thai 2. At least the last time I talked to him about it. And he says it's like the best one of all of them. I remember back being a kid, I was a real Puritan about it, like I am with everything. I was like, no. The best one is the first one because it's actually a 3D collectathon platformer like Mario 64. But I don't know, Thai's identity kind of changed and people liked that, you know? It almost felt like it'd be a Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts situation, but it really wasn't. A lot of people really got into the mechs. At least I think. Oh my god, yeah, 2 weeks, dog. Oh, Thai 3? I don't know shit about Thai 3. At that point, they just completely lost their goddamn minds. It can only be played with an emulator, though. That is so funny. Is it because they just built the game upside down? That sucks. How am I doing today? I'm doing pretty good, honestly. I recently learned that I've been eating like 2 to 3 eggs every single day for like 3 years, and I learned that every single one of them has like 210 milligrams of cholesterol in them. So basically every day I was having like at least 600 milligrams of cholesterol, and your daily recommended is 200. So now I'm eating 1 egg a day so I don't fucking die. Heart disease runs in my family, so I'm really, really cautious of that kind of stuff, because I'm like, I don't want to just have a stroke out of nowhere, maybe? Thank you. I love you, Heart. Don't kill me, please. Anyway, doctor, that's my health report for the day. Stellar commentary from me, as always. No, I'm in a pretty good mood. Taiwan is banjo, structure Taito, took that and it's better. Yeah, I would agree. I know, yeah, I took a page from Gaston. Well, growing up, my favorite, and you know, even nowadays this is still the case, my favorite time of day is breakfast. I love it. If I'm ever going out to eat somewhere and I get to choose where we go, I'm always like, let's go to a cafe. I want breakfast. So, in the morning time, when I got to be of the age where, you know, my parents are like, okay, Hayden, you make your own damn breakfast, I'm sleeping. I wanted eggs, and I was really shit at making, like, over easy eggs, making my own, like, white egg yolk with, like, the little yolk in the center, a classic over easy egg. So, I just trained myself to get good at it over the years, and I finally did. And since then, it's been my go-to, but I did not consider that just adding more and more eggs would be bad. That it could maybe fucking kill me if I ate too many. Oops. Jack 1 wanted to be Banjo-Kazooie 2. Wanted to be Grand Theft Auto 3, and the third was starting to have an identity, but then it went cars and racing. Fuck. That's so true. You know what's weird? People really, really get on Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts for going full car. And nowadays it seems like people are kind of backpedaling on that. They're like, you know what, it's not actually that bad, which is interesting. It's kind of neat that people want to be a little more cerebral about the discussion. They want to actually kind of think about it genuinely. But I don't think enough people really acknowledge that, God, everybody was doing that. Everybody was going car. And I think that was the most frustrating part. It was like, God damn it, why does everyone insist that being in a car is better? It was just a fad. It was just a style. Who cares that your game has cars? Outside of, I guess, car enthusiasts or people that like racing games, you know? Like, I'm sure back when we were first developing the technology for like cars in video games, it probably was really cool. Like, oh my God, I get to go in a car and go like way faster than my walking speed or my running speed. But it's like nowadays, not impressive. Not impressive. So what's really frustrating is that so many games were just falling into this trend. And nowadays, lots of games are falling into a different trend. The kind of Last of Us trend. Where you have like, you know, your adventure game and most of it is heavily story-based. A lot of it has like crazy downtime. A lot of it has that like really generic missions that are just kind of used to push the plot along, but the moment-to-moment gameplay can come off kind of stale. God of War is kind of the same way. Like, even though the story is good, characters are good, that would seemingly be where a lot of the effort's going in. And moment-to-moment gameplay can feel kind of eh. Now, I will say, some other games do everything that I'm talking about, but feel like they have a sense of identity. Like, Nier Automata does all that, but feels a lot more unique to itself. I think because Nier Automata establishes a more unique world that, let's just say I personally get into, to be perfectly fair. I personally get more into Nier Automata's wacky world. And you know what? To also be perfectly fair, that could be because I'm a huge weeb and I love my anime. Could easily be the case. But yeah, when playing like God of War or whatever, I am a fan of God of War, but I'm more of a fan of the old God of War. That felt totally different from this new kind of modernized formula that a lot of games fall into. It's not just God of War either. What was that Star Wars game that came out? Jedi Falling Over? Yeah. That one also felt kind of the same. People say it's very Dark Souls-y, and it definitely is. But it also feels kind of God of War-y. Like it's really, really story-heavy when it wants to be. And then all the moment-to-moment stuff just kind of feels like we're looking for more story to have, and it's not so much about the gameplay itself. I don't know. I'm overly critical of this stuff because it should be acknowledged as a trend. You know? And that even though I complain about it, I can also recognize that this kind of stuff isn't going to last forever. Eventually, people are going to get bored of it. Just like the car thing. It's just a shame that when Nuts and Bolts had a huge backlash, that was just the end of Banjo-Kazooie forever. I can live with Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie. Probably fine. Yeah, it's just a shame that that's the last memory people have of Banjo-Kazooie. Oh, well, actually, you know what? I guess that's not true anymore. Because, Smash Bros. People got Banjo and Kazooie in Smash Bros, so I guess that's the last memory of them. Most important meal of the day, serving it up Hayden's way, bop. All these car games are making me get both fast and furious. God, yeah, they haven't made an Uncharted game in fucking years. Where's the racing? Where's the racing game? Come on, Naughty Dog. You guys are Naughty Dogs, not because of your horrible business practices and working your employees to death. It's because you haven't given me a goddamn kart racer yet. Yeah, I was talking about Tunic earlier. I actually got it for the Switch because I was aiming to buy it with this like gift card I got, and I wanted to get it on GOG because I've been led to believe when you get stuff on GOG, all the money goes to the creator, I believe. And or maybe that's just the case for Cyberpunk. Anyway, the point is I wanted to get it on GOG. And I was putting in like the information from the gift card, but it said, oh no, the gift card hasn't been activated. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course it is. I had to go to like a website just for the website to tell me, yup, it's activated. I tried it again, it still didn't fucking work. So I'm like, great. And so I decided I'd bring it to the Switch because I have a lot of games on my Switch, but I really never ever use it. So I wanted an excuse to pull out the old Switch again. And for some reason, the fucking gift card worked there. It didn't, that shit didn't even work on Steam. So I'm just like, what's going on? How come this thing doesn't damn work? Regardless though, who cares? Yeah, so I've been playing Tunic on and off, both in my living room and around my house. Never leaving the house, even though it's portable, because fuck that. And it's a wonderful game. It's a damn wonderful game. The promise I made to myself, which I do with a lot of games, quite honestly, but even then I have a point where I just cave. But with Tunic, I promised myself I was not going to look up a walkthrough. I wasn't going to do it. Nope. Because the whole idea of the game, if you don't know, is mystery. You kind of just start out washed up on a beach, Link's Awakening style, and are just supposed to run around and discover what the hell the plot of the game is. And they give you so many context clues. You quite literally pick up pages of, and I didn't quite get this when they mentioned it in reviews, but you get pages of a game manual, a literal game manual that looks like it belongs to like an NES game. Literally. It's literally a game manual. It's so surreal to look at. But a big chunk of the game manual is written in like a foreign language specific to this region, and only some of it is written in like basic English. And so, and the reason that they even did that in the first place is to invoke the feeling of playing like an old, let's say, NES game from Japan, and getting a manual that's completely in Japanese, save for like maybe a couple English phrases that are just there for like flavor text. That's the kind of mood that Tunic wants to put you in. One of like confusion, but mostly like mystique. Like you can sort of get an idea of what this game is asking of you if you just put all these little pieces together. So I never wanted to look up a walkthrough. Never. Even if I was completely lost. And I'll totally admit that like paid off in dividends. That paid off so hard. Because the discovery is so very rewarding in that game. It really, it feels so fun. So fun. Because the world speaks for itself. And it also, it's not quite like Elden Ring, where you also get like, oh, fast travel, and oh, like the world is so fucking huge, and oh, when you go down like, when you go into this area, it's a bunch of like even harder enemies than the last one, and blah blah blah. I got really bored with Elden Ring and its open world, just because I didn't know where the hell to go or what to do. In Tunic, though, the plot is pretty straightforward. I really like the linear gameplay that's going on there. Have I ever played Artie Lightfoot? Ooh. Oh, it's by Titus. The best gaming company of all time that made the titular Superman Skin Detour. That poor French company that got fucking bullied by Warner Brothers. No, I've never played Artie Lightfoot. There's a lot of SNES platformers I haven't played. Maybe that's an idea for a stream. I was thinking of doing a stream where I crack open the Switch's like retro library of like NES games, SNES games, Super Famicom games, N64 games, and just play through a bunch of those. Just a little bit at a time. Sometimes when I want to like unwind after doing a bunch of work, I've been going onto my Switch because I've been using it a lot more often. And I've cracked open the Super Nintendo games a lot lately because they're very quick entertainment. Modern gaming has an emphasis on story most of the time. So if you're opening up any game, you kind of need to put a lot of attention into it, especially in the beginning. Like I started up Skyward Sword on the Switch just to see like, oh yeah, is this any good? And funny enough, I am kind of getting into it. I think it plays a lot better on the Switch than it does on the Wii, quite honestly, especially because they cut out a lot of bullshit. But there's still a lot of plot in the beginning. Not as much as Twilight Princess, because that game just loves to waste your fucking time, but you still have like quite a lot of cutscenes you got to get through before you get into the real dungeons, the real, shit. That could be a game that I stream. I don't know if I'd want to play through all of it, though. I don't know if I want to dedicate myself to that. Then again, the last few games I was playing, I still haven't beat. Oh there, the Spider Master. I am making a comic right now. These are the last couple pages of a 150 comic I'm working on, and I'm getting very close to the end. So yeah, I'm working on this, and I'm gonna be doing streams like this, very short streams, every day for the next like week or so, and just kind of see how I feel about it. I also have N64 music playing because I love that game. Or game, actually, no, I never even played GoldenEye. Honestly, like, GoldenEye's pretty good, and the multiplayer's like fine, I guess. But, have you guys played the multiplayer for Banjo-Tooie? So much better. Level design, great. Ammo, great. You get like time bombs. You ever heard of those? I bet you have them. No, I was playing with my friend that's the same childhood friend that loves Tai 2. And we were playing a little GoldenEye together on the Switch, and he and I were both like, this is cool, but it's not as good as the Banjo-Tooie multiplayer, and I still stand by that. It's just a damn shame that Banjo-Tooie isn't on the fucking Switch, because they're cowards. Game didn't do well with sales numbers, but it's actually a solid game. Sucks how Tidus wanted to make an actual decent Superman game, but Warner Brothers screened them. That is, yeah, it's such dog shit what happened to Tidus and their attempts at making a Superman game. It's funny because when you first look at it, you think like, oh, these guys don't even really know anything about Superman, but they totally did. That's the crazy thing, is that they knew so much about Superman, they had to do all this dumbass research for Superman. Because they wouldn't fucking let them just do their job. They had to, Warner Brothers was always stopping game development to be like, oh, Superman wouldn't do this, Superman wouldn't do that, blah, 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 all this bullshit. And so they would have to do all this research just to prove that whatever idea they wanted to incorporate into the game went in line with Superman's lore. Which, first of all, who the fuck cares if these like minor details don't line up with some like minute Superman thing? And you may be thinking like, oh, well, that's kind of stupid. Like, that's the same thing as like, why the hell does Shadow have a gun, right? But what I mean is like, Warner Brothers got on them because Superman, because they wanted to have Superman doing stuff underwater. And Warner Brothers was like, what? Superman doesn't go underwater? And so they had to look up a single page in one of the Superman comics to be like, no, he totally swam in water. Guys. And just shit like that. He couldn't beat people up because apparently Superman doesn't beat people up, which isn't even true. So, yeah. Just such bullshit. So stupid. I feel very, very bad for Titus, but also that game is just awful, so I can't even pretend that, like, it's good. It's a bad time all around for everybody. But hey, it's good to know that, like, the full story is immortalized in that episode of What Happened. Great show, by the way. Highly recommend What Happened on YouTube. Rather use your iPod instead of your phone. I had a Zoom growing up, actually, and I'll tell you why. It's because I grew up very poor, and so I took what I got, and somebody gave me their, like, hand-me-down Zune. I don't remember what the context of it was, but yeah, it was basically free, and that shit worked. Zunes work because I could plug it into my equally hand-me-down computer and just get all my songs directly on there. I didn't have to use, like, fucking iTunes or whatever. That's something I prefer about, like, a lot of devices. I have Android because I don't want to navigate through Apple's apps just to do, like, every little thing that I need to do. I just want to take stuff off my phone. I want to just be able to take it off my phone, you know what I mean? I like working with files. Oh, is there like an older build of Superman 64? Is that like something that's circulating the internet and I could try? I know that there's a PlayStation version of it that's like way better. I mean, yeah, that makes perfect sense, by the way, that there would be a like early build that was really good, because their initial design document sounded really good. It sounds like they wanted to have a Superman game where you're flying around and destroying like buildings during your fights. They wanted to have like destructible objects, which would have been so awesome and people would have loved. And I'll tell you why. It's because Red Faction sold itself on breakable objects. It's such a missed opportunity because Superman 64 could have been one of the first games to have a gameplay loop built around destructible objects. I thought it was so cool playing Red Faction and being able to like shoot through a wall so hard that it just broke apart. That is cool. That's inherently really cool in a fun, tactile way. To be able to be Superman doing that, great idea. Warner Brothers were just being fucking pussies. Those producers fucking suck, and I'm sure they have like billions of dollars and are like evading taxes right now. They're all 1 million years old, sitting around breaking their hips at each other. They're on like oxygen right now. You know, they're living the high life. They're living it up, I'm sure. Shooting up morphine so that, you know, the light doesn't fade from their eyes. I get it. They're old. Time has passed. They could even be dead by now. You know, it's fine. But it's a lesson worth remembering. Goddamn, that shit probably still happens today. Which I don't know why I say probably. Yeah, it absolutely happens. Bad business is bad business. And see, that's why indie developers are better. And why you support indie developers, because they're good and businesses are bad. Even if Jedi Falling Over is like good in some way, I'm never paying for Survivor because that shit belongs to EA. Fuck that. I'm not giving them money. I love Star Wars deeply, and I'm not giving them money. GoldenEye would have been better with an N64 controller. Yeah, it's got that nostalgia to it, it's true. Ooh, Proton John. I know that guy. How many pages am I going to finish? 10. 10 pages left to finish. And right now I'm laying down the ink, so I'm getting damn close to finishing. Be wrapping up the stream soon enough. I kind of like this. I kind of like just streaming for an hour. I get to talk like a little bit about stuff. There's no huge pressure for me to want to go for too long. Oh, also, while I got some people watching right now, unfortunately, my editor, who was editing a lot of the like streams into those nice complete videos like the Metal Gear Rising vid and the Rayman 2 vid, he doesn't want to edit anymore. So yeah, sorry. I may look for another editor. I don't know how in demand those videos were. They did not get a lot of views. I don't know if I want to even spend money hiring an editor, but yeah. It's simply something that I would not dedicate time to doing myself. Because there's work involved, but it's not so much that I'm lazy, it's that I'm doing everything else. You know, I'm very busy as is. But I would want to like put down some money. Unfortunately, I don't have buckets of money, so if I did, I would hire an editor just to make content for the sake of it. But I want to be very frugal. I want to be very fiscal. Careful with my money. Wait, what am I doing? I just take this and I duplicate the hand. Nobody will know because I'm moving it like that. Ooh. Oh my god, they wanted to make it open world, but the producers said that'd be boring to make it open world. Oh my god. Oh. I mean, hindsight's 20/20, but yeah, that sucks. This was the 90s, man. Pong came out in fucking like the late 70s, I think. I'm pretty sure. How many other games were open world at that? Not many. Not many. Okay, to be totally fair, I don't think there were a lot of open world games. Open world really picked up around Grand Theft Auto 3, which I think definitely came out probably like 3 or 4 years after Superman 64 was published. So yeah, okay, open world was the future. They had no idea, but it's still really stupid. That sucks. Because most of the reason it sucks, to be like hyper specific, is because there were already so many Superman games that were way simplified, and they were not successful. All the fucking like Commodore 64 things, it sucks. They were so boring, and that was the formula they were going with. It's like, oh yeah, just like simple mini game arcade logic, but you're playing as Superman. It's like, no. You want to take the property and you want to do something unique with it, because that's how you sell a product to the market. Everything I learned from marketing has taught me that you sell your product because it's something that people feel they need to have. And a fresh new experience is something they need to have, right? Idiots. You can't just reproduce the same bullshit again and again. Oh, but then again. Yeah. Goddamn. Goddamn. Okay. Saw a video about the first official E3 Sega promoting the Jaguar. Oh my god. The 3DO. Oh my god. This old ass E3. Everyone was showing off consoles. Sony was debuting the PS1, and Nintendo's like, please don't steal my games off the internet. Please. You do fulfill them with pennies. Yeah, who would do that? I'll copy, no one will ever know. There were other N64 games that were open world. It was made by Rockstar before they became Rockstar. That game inspired Titus. Wait, is the game called Made? Or what is this open world game you're talking about? Because I'm genuinely trying to think. A lot of N64 games didn't really have the space for open world, I think. The closest comparison I could think of is like what Star Fox Adventures would eventually become. Or I guess like Banjo-Tooie, technically. Because Banjo-Tooie had like an extended hub world. That's sort of like being open world. They kind of skirted around loading separate areas. At E3, all the game companies talked about is how PCs won't replace consoles. Sorry. I'm being such a prick. I've been on a computer my whole damn life, alright? And I will not ever believe that a console is better than a computer. You can't make me. I paid like around like $400 to build this entire PC. And it's been serving me great for years, and I don't think I'll ever buy a PS5. I think I'd much rather put down $300 more to get a better graphics card, and then that's it. And if I can take retro games and then emulate them via the PC, I'm not even speaking from an ethical level. The ethics is a different conversation. What I'm saying is what you can actually literally physically do, and you can literally physically emulate most games on a computer. That level of convenience speaks to people. If you can do it, you will. Especially when people don't know that you do it. And that's something that consoles just can't fight against. Like, I even know people who have low-end laptops, and even those can still, like, download and emulate all sorts of games. I don't even blame people that want to like really stick it to game developers by just like pirating absolutely everything, especially after the goddamn like HBO bullshit where they were like, HBO just deleted a bunch of shows on their service just so they could get like a tax cut. Shitty things like that just ensure that any company that you want to show like brand loyalty to is just gonna go straight back on that and not be and just like take things away that you want. You can't literally own anything if it's part of like a service plan, because the company can just get rid of it. Or, you know, not to be completely cynical, sometimes the company has no choice. Sometimes it's like bullshit legal reasons, and a different company is like, oh, we didn't, I don't know, renew the publishing rights on this, and so now it's off Netflix forever because we still don't have the publishing rights. It's shit like that. It's so nebulous and stupid and so outside of the realm of enjoying your art that I totally understand why people just don't want to support the industry and just want to like steal everything. I get it. I understand. It's not that I practice this again and again, but it's like it's just such a depressing state of affairs when shit like that has to go down. How else are you supposed to watch Infinity Train? It's gone. It was only on HBO Max, and now it's gone. As far as I can tell, the only way you can watch that show is by pirating it. That's what the creator even said, is like, you just gotta pirate it, I guess. And again, this is not a stream where I'm endorsing piracy, blah, blah, blah. What I'm saying is that it's a shame that that's where it's gone. It's so much easier to pirate stuff because you know you'll keep it forever, right? Anyway, I'll get off it. Yeah, true. Like the DS, or even like some Switch titles. I definitely have used a DS emulator once or twice, and there is something kind of lost when you do like DS emulation, because working with like the dual screens is kind of fun and tactile, and they require you to do a lot of stuff with the touch screen that when you do on the computer you can definitely do it, but you're just clicking. You know, you're just clicking around on the screen, and it's not the same. In that case, Nintendo, I guess, has been working against piracy in that the games aren't as fun. A brand new Nintendo game and enjoyed it on my PC. Unrelated, I can't wait for Breath of the Wild to come out. Or Tears of the Kingdom to come out. I heard a leak happened. I'm not looking at any of that. I'm not even looking at the trailers. I just want the game to drop, and then I'm gonna play the shit out of it. Rockstar Games used to be called DMA Designs, and they made an open world game for the N64 called Body Harvest. Oh, it had an awful draw distance. Like they say on my home in Mexico, you don't buy Nintendo, you emulate it. That's the case in fucking, is it Brazil? I think it's Brazil, yeah, where like, because of shitty import taxes, because they are like, because most of their government has like bullshit laws from like a dictatorship that they used to be under, import taxes have like fucked up any chance of people buying like a decent console from outside their country. And so the only option they have is to just like emulate it or possibly fork over $4,000 for a PlayStation 3. Like, it's ridiculous. It's so goddamn stupid. There's a whole video by Stop Skeletons from Fighting with Derek. What's up? It's me, Derek. It's Uncle Derek from me, Derek. And it's fascinating. It really is. That's such a shame, too. Like, I can complain as much as I want, but I am absolutely privileged over here compared to other folk that are just completely fucked if they want to play a game legally and stay within legal bounds. Infinity Train situation is also the big companies acknowledging piracy. If piracy wasn't a thing, they would have never just Thanos snapped the show out of existence. Yeah. Do you think that HBO isn't absolutely thinking about that? That they aren't just like, yeah, we can get rid of the show because people can just steal it. I guarantee people that work at fucking HBO have also pirated shit. Which is so fucked up. Especially if, like, they want to be, or seemingly want to be against that stuff, right? There's no way that, like, HBO, yeah, the creator can say it. There's no way HBO would come out and say something like, okay, Infinity Train is gone, but, you know, you can always get it online, so it's not a big deal. Their stock would fucking sink. It'd fucking fall like Metal Mario. Mutahar, the YouTuber. The Switch hardware is very depreciated. You know, that's the other crazy thing, is that there is a real gray area when it comes to emulating. Where emulation is okay if you own the game, right? I have absolutely seen, like, streamers emulating, like, GameCube games, but then they have to, like, put in the context of, like, oh, I have the game, here it is, here's the CD, it works, I just don't have a capture card, so I need to emulate it. It's like, like, you guys remember when I emulated Sly Cooper? I owned Sly Cooper, but at the time I didn't have a capture card. Same diff. Oh, yeah. An old court case from the early 90s? Wait, really? I guess I never thought about it in actual legal terms. I just kind of figured, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I have heard about is, and it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? That some people will take a game that they'll, like, what am I trying to say? Like, they'll pirate a game and then play through it for a little bit, and if they like it, then they'll buy it. That's a big gray area too, because it's like, okay, you're not paying for it at all initially, but you will once you've now given the company a pinky promise that you're gonna buy it if you like the game enough, right? But if you don't like it, I guess you can put it down. That's some wild morality too. Wait, Space Duck, what is IIRC? You used it 3 times and I still don't know what it is, so could you enlighten me? That's so funny though. Someone made a PS1 emulator, Sony sued, and they friggin' lost. If I recall correctly. Ooh, okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's fucking wild. That is goddamn wild. Clive's legs are too short. I do that so much. I'm a shit artist. Why was I allowed to make a comic book? I guess it's the fact that I can identify that the legs are too short that makes me a good artist. I do that a lot, honestly. I need to make it a habit to look at the legs before moving on. Yeah, see, he looks so much better now. The director that I'm working for he's a lovely writer and a good guy, but he definitely isn't an artist, so he'll look at pages like that and be like, oh yeah, that looks really great. And then I'll come back later and be like, no, it doesn't. There's really wrong here. Yeah, you're talking about Thought Can. Yeah, the Thought Can art. Oh boy, that really was my. I think Webb even described it as like that was the beginning of my art adventure, where I was just slowly getting better and better at my art, which is true. I had an outlet to really express myself. This has become my new outlet, quite honestly. And afterwards, after this is completely done, I'll have even more art projects to dig myself into. So I'm basically nearly at a professional level, I feel. And I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you very much. I like to... I like getting compliments specifically about my art because that's the thing I put the most like effort into. It's a shame that I had a chance to dig my feet into the sand and try to just be a YouTuber full time back in the day, but instead I chose to dedicate that time to being an artist. But I don't know. I'm a good artist, so I guess it worked out. I still put stuff on YouTube though. I just want to have my cake and eat it too. But it hasn't really created any problems for me yet, so oh well. Oh yeah, I remember that. Did Caddy make a video where he talked about shareware discs? I think that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah, they released the guys that made Doom released shareware, and it kind of revealed the gameplay loop of Doom, and so it decentivized people from wanting to buy the whole game because they're like, oh, well, the whole game kind of just plays like this demo, so I don't know, I don't think I want to get the rest of it. Probably just gonna play like this, huh? And that's what discourages game designers from wanting to put out demos. Which, you know what I was saying earlier about like, oh, some people pirate games so that they can play them and understand if they like them. You know how you get rid of that mentality is you release a fucking demo. I hate that people don't release demos anymore. It's so stupid. You know who does release demos? People that have good games, like Resident Evil 4 Remake. They released a demo. It was so good, it was like a meme for a while. People just like posting their videos of, oh my god, this game is so fucking awesome. Look at this great demo. Like posting all their videos of like, oh, I'm gonna like beat the demo in like under 5 minutes or whatever. And why they do that is because it's good. Because it's fucking good. Because they actually built the game correctly and aren't going to lean on the day one patch. What's the name of that melody? This is the Astral Observatory from Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. The best Zelda game ever. Yeah, no, exactly. And it's like, I like playing games as well, but I like making my own stuff. The thing is that I genuinely want to make stuff for this channel, but I'm having to juggle like the work I do with the like YouTube thing, and I'm trying to make that work, and I'm still trying, and I feel like I'm still not there yet, but I don't know. the fact that I'm still trying makes me believe that I'll get there one day. Oof. And with that, I believe it's the end of the stream, because again, I'm not streaming for very long. I got a day job I got to get to, so yeah. Peace, everyone. I'll read the remainder of these comments, though. Caddy said himself, companies don't want you to have the time to decide if you like it or not. They just want you to pre-order. Fuck pre-ordering. Oh my god. I think I've said that in a couple streams already, but this past year, I've just been so vehemently against pre-ordering because it sets a bad precedent that people will fork over money towards a game that they don't even know is good or even done. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, okay. See you guys tomorrow. I'm going to do another one of these tomorrow. Probably going to keep working on this. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.